Good evening. Welcome to our Wednesday, April 22nd Commissioners Meeting. If you'll stand, join me in the pledge and a short prayer. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Our Heavenly Father, we ask that you bless our county and our nation. We ask for your guidance and wisdom in making good decisions that would be pleasing to you. All these things we ask in your name. Amen. Have the commissioners had an opportunity to review the minutes of the previous meeting? And if so, do I have a motion?
Were y'all okay with the changes I made to the minutes? Any problems with that?
The only thing I told Heather whatever was recorded on the recording was what we had to go by because we can't change what was recorded. So
Sure.
I didn't go back and look at what I told her to put in what was recorded. So as long as that's what was put in there, I'm okay with that.
Make a motion
Here,
to, oh, yeah,
I'm okay. Did you make a motion?
Yes.
motion to approve.
Second.
Motion is made and seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Motion carries 3-0. The commissioners had an opportunity to review the claims, and if so, do I have a motion?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion is made and seconded to approve the claims. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Motion carries 3-0. Have the commissioners had an opportunity to review the payroll, and if so, do I have a motion?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Motion carries 3-0. Next up, we have the clerk's monthly report for March of 26. Do I have a motion?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0. Next, we have the Weights and Measures monthly report from March 16th to April the 25th. Do I have a motion?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Motion carries 3-0. Next, we have the IT report for the month of March. Do I have a motion?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0. Next up, we have an informational from Rumpke from Henry County Landfill to all interested parties. You are receiving this notice because you asked to be on items notification list, company and or county, or because your property is nearby the company being permitted, or because you represent local regional government entity in Department of Environmental Management, Office of Air Quality invites your comments as a draft. This is a public comment notice, which has been posted on IDEM's public notice website. The application and supporting documentation for this proposal permit have been placed at the library indicated in the notice. These documents are more fully describe the project and the applicable air pollution control requirements for the applicant to comply with these requirements. So this is information about the air permit for Rumpke. Next up, we have the Knightstown affidavit number 2016-107 reimbursement for $15,000. This is for Knightstown Youth Sports. Do I have a motion?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion's made and seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0. We have no EDC, no chamber, no insurance. Mr. Craig.
Good evening. I just have three updates for you all. First, Shay Becks, our Director of Health Promotion, has resigned effective May 1. She's taken a position with the State Department of Health to hopefully do some of the great work that she's done here in Henry County for the entire state rural health. So I'll congratulate her in that new position and helping to make state change like she did here. With that, we are hiring a director of nursing to oversee the nursing department. Shay is going to stay on board as a contractor with the Live Coalition. So that is still being managed by her. The drug-free communities grant that we have and the TLC grant we have, she'll still stay on managing that, funded through the grants. So that's exciting for her. Glad she's staying on in that capacity, and we'll look to hire a new director of nursing for the health department. Two of the other, any questions on that?
Other than that, doesn't interfere with any of your operations on day to day or anything else at this point, correct?
At this point, no.
Okay.
Just same budget, all that, so no changes there, really. The two of the big projects we've been working on at the health department, one is the opioid settlement funds committee that you all oversee. We've met a couple of times over the last, well, since I took place. We had a great conversation last week. Joe, you were there. I think it was a great conversation.
Yes.
Community conversation. A lot of community partners there. I mentioned to them, I didn't tell them the amount of money we had, but I told them to think big, think collaboratively as a community. So hopefully we'll get some good opioid fund applications in that are big to make a big systematic impact in the community. The plan is to launch that application May 1 through June 30th. So 2 months that'll be open to hopefully give them enough time to think collaboratively. The opioid settlement review committee will review those in July, present them to you by the end of July for which ones you want to come present at hopefully an August meeting. Then you guys can make the decisions on which ones are funded, hopefully in August. So hopefully some good big things will come out of that.
Sounds good.
Then the third project that we are working on, I think I briefly mentioned at one of the previous meetings, community health assessment. We are working on that, getting ready to launch that May 1 as well. And that will be, again, that's another community partnership. I have a committee helping with this. A lot of the agencies are helping write the questions. We have 80 questions that I've sent to Joel for a review to make sure everything's kosher there. And we're ready to launch that on May 1 with his blessing. We have some advertising dollars that will be promoting community health assessment and obviously a lot of outreach throughout the community throughout the summer. My hope is to get 450 to 500 surveys completed. So that's a big hope. We'll hope we'll get there.
Okay.
I'll keep you up to date on that.
All right. Appreciate it.
Nothing else.
All righty.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Joe. You good? Mr. Green? I didn't ask you to come up. I just called your name.
Yeah, I know.
You want to? Oh, I'm sorry, you are standing up there.
Can I have another book, please? I think you have before you a rezone request. And that is for a property just right outside of New Lisbon. I think we didn't really discuss it last time. That property's been used for a long time for a couple of different commercial purposes, but was never rezoned properly. The present owner has a potential buyer, and if that falls through, he would probably come up with other buyers. But any financial institution is requiring correct zoning if they want to get involved in it. So that's why it's being presented as a rezone for some business uses.
So do you think that the land would be sold to this buyer who wants to use it for a trucking company after the rezone?
The owner is here. If you would like to ask him any questions, you might be able to ask or answer anything that you might have. Some uses for that property would require a CAU.
Yep.
This particular use for the current potential buyer would require a CAU. The CAU would have to be obtained by the owner, not this owner.
By the new owner?
Yeah, it's
That's
not
what I
the
was
CAU.
asking.
He's
Okay.
not proposing a business there.
My concern is that we rezone, the land changes hands to the new owner who has a specific purpose in mind, which I think could not be compatible depending on what kinds of trucks he's considering and the amount of traffic in and out. When I spoke with Kenan, who said that there were a lot of questions about that came up in the planning commission meeting. How would they dispose of things? What kind of traffic? What size of trucks?
All CAU questions.
Right. And I agree with that, but we're rezoning for a specific future purpose. I wonder then, does the planning commission feel pressure to give the CAU at that time because this has changed hands for a specific reason? It's not as though the land's changing hands with no intention in mind. There is an end goal in mind, and we don't have a lot of information about it.
The owner could make the recommendation to the potential buyer, and I would recommend to the potential buyer that if he is buying it for a specific purpose, that an offer is contingent on a CAU being approved.
Okay.
That does not change really if the zoning needs to be done or not. It would just mean that he would need to find another buyer, which is going to run into the same problem. He's not going to find any buyers until it's zoned to something that's useful.
Sure. I can think of a lot of things that do seem appropriate there.
Yes, there are
Um,
a lot of things. That's why you have the map
Right.
of all the other areas that are zoned general business in the area.
Though they're not directly adjacent to the residential land, there's residential land on each side. And so this is something that, I'm still new to, but it looks like from light business to general business, a lot of what requires a CAU. Yeah, let me say it again. A lot of what's required for a light business, a lot of what you would need okay, it's not really, maybe I should have slept longer last night. There are things in light business that you would not be allowed to do there. Obviously, it seems more restrictive. Is that correct than general business? Is that correct that light business, there are things there that are more
Well,
restrictive than,
we don't really have a classification of light business.
okay,
We have local business.
local
and
business?
General business.
Okay, so local
Local
business.
business is a little bit more restrictive
Okay,
as to what the choices are.
thank you. It seemed like under local business, there would be a lot of options for what could come in there that would make it not possible for some less desirable things to come so close there to the other residents. And the list is long. There would be many options. It's not like we're just tying up the land by keeping it residential, but local business, thank you, there would be a lot of options. And instead, this is one specific buyer who wants this for something that there were a lot of questions about whether or not it would really be a good fit for the area.
And whether it's local business or general business, this particular operation, if it would be developed for that, still requires a CAU.
Yeah.
So yes, you could leave it agricultural, which is what, or residential as it is now. It was ag at one point when it all got changed. It's never been used for residential.
Yeah, I'm not suggesting that we, not suggesting that. That wasn't what I suggested. I was just suggesting that,
And you could turn it down and say, we think it would be more, it is your choice whether you turn the zoning down or not. You could send it back and say, no, we're not going to approve of that, but we would entertain local.
yeah,
It's
I-
it's ultimately your decision as to what it's rezoned, correct, Joel?
That's correct.
when Kenan said that he left with the impression that before it even came to us, that y'all were gonna get more information. He said that you could correct him if he's wrong, but
Like I said, the current owner is here.
well, that the planning commission would get a chance to ask more questions. Was that not the understanding that you left with?
Once they,
As far as I remember, it was presented and it was voted on.
once they was
Yeah.
presented, voted on, and approved, to rezone for, general business. And I know the only complaint that I heard was one of the landowners asked that depending on what business went in there, they would like to have a privacy fence, which to me, under the CAU would be my opinion, would be a requirement that I would personally think should be done.
They didn't just ask for a privacy fence, though. I mean, they asked about traffic, parking cars, putting junk there, discarding oils and things. So,
Those are all things that come under a CAU review.
mhm,
And you could turn down the CAU based on a negative answer for.
right. Yeah. I think that local business is a better fit when I look at it. So that is my thinking.
Does Joel have a recommendation as to how to, if they want that change to be presented as local business, or can they change that?
Yeah, I don't think you can change it at this point because it's been advertised and there's been a plan commission hearing on it. And that was the notice that went out to neighbors. So I think you'd have to start the process again. And the plan commission, if it is denied, has a rule that you can't bring something back for a year absent some change in the application. So
Well, say to me, when we were, being on the planning commission, when it was being addressed was that we were correcting a wrong that had been several decades in the making because it had been a general business for the last, well, as long as anybody can remember. To me, we were fixing what should have been fixed a long time ago.
So my thinking on that is we should not encourage people to not follow zoning and then just automatically grant them whatever zoning that they've chosen to use the land at that they weren't supposed to. And I know that this happened a long time ago. So the neighbors evidently were not bothered enough by the welding business or the mini barn building to complain, or there would have been discussion up to date. But once you change the zoning, then it's not just what has existed that people were willing to tolerate. Now there's a wide open list of things. And when I read them, I think it blends in better to the area to be local business.
Would you care to speak to the owner?
Yeah, because I don't know
Sure.
how this is going to affect whether he's going to be able to sell a property or not, or what he's going to plan on doing if this doesn't, because this ties him up for a year.
Hi, my name is Robert Meadows and I own the property that you're discussing on Dalton Road. My understanding that it's a gentleman that runs a truck between Pendleton, And he can't afford to build a barn or a place to change his oil and work on his truck in Pendleton because it's 3 times as much. But he drives by the 131 exit, in which the schoolhouse is a mile away. He has approval, he has the loan, he has $100,000 in cash that he's putting down. And if you, I want to be honest, you're getting him a pocketbook. You've drug this on for 3 months. I don't take it personally, but I'm starting to take it a little bit personal. Because if you delay it for another year, I'm going to lose the buyer. And then I may have to do something else. But it's not, as far as I know, a trucking company with 20 trucks running in and out there 24 hours a day. It's a guy that wants somewhere to bring his truck on his route to pull it in, wash it, change the oil, do whatever he needs to do. And based on how the property was and the amount of money I put in the property and the way my property looks compared to the property to the west of me, I think you would be pleased at what we've done and what we're trying to do. But I am trying to sell the property, and the buyer has been patient. And the only reason we asked for, there was 2 reasons we asked for the commercial zoning. One is it needed to be done. And it had never been done. And I even asked, while I've owned the property for several years, and nobody seemed to be able to give me an answer. But number 2, this gentleman's bank requires that it's general commercial. What he does with it afterwards is not my business. I don't want to sell it to somebody that's going to do something terrible there, but I don't believe that's the intent here at all. I believe it's been very honest. I put $160,000 in that property, and I've got other projects that I'm trying to do, and without the sale of this project, you're affecting me moving forward with other projects I have. I know that it's the property owner to the east. They're wonderful people. They've been very happy with what we've done with the property, and I understand it. They don't want 24 semis parking in there at night, sleeping or anything like that. And I don't believe that's the intent at all. It's the intent of a business owner to have a place to pull his truck in because it's long enough so he can work on it in there, out of the weather, in a space that's protected. And that's it. And I'm honest, if you postpone this thing anymore, I'm going to lose the sale. So, thank you. Unless you have any other questions.
I don't have.
Okay.
I have a question, and I hope you take it in the spirit I intend it, because I don't mean it to be rude at all.
Yep.
Is it reasonable, like in the trucking business, that someone would pay that much money to just park a truck and work on it? Is that normal or?
Well, if you lived in Pendleton, Indiana, it would be
Okay.
because Pendleton's much like Fishers and places like that. It's booming and growing and property is, priced really bad. Here's a building that I have poured a new floor in, put a new roof in, put siding on it, put new electricity in it, rewired it, and also put heating in it. And yes, it's a mile off of 70, which is the route he does. So I believe he has nothing but good intention.
Okay.
And he can apply for a CAU and that will be between you and the planning board and everybody how to move forward.
Yeah.
But we sent the letters out, and again, I understand why the property owners to the east have raised questions. They have a beautiful property. And I don't think that a privacy fence is not reasonable. I think it is. The other day, a large tree fell on their fence, on their property. And if you know the law, which your lawyer can probably tell you, that's not my concern. I don't have to pay for that because that's an act of God. But I paid for that and I cleaned it up and I fixed everything because that's what you do. And so I can only hope that the next buyer will be as attentive as we are to what his plans are. All right, thank you.
Any more discussion? I would entertain a motion one way or the other.
Motion to approve.
Second?
Motion's been made and to approve ordinance rezoning 484 case 2288. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0. Sheriff's Department. Kelly, do you have anything?
Who do you have with you? Who do you have with you today?
Oh, this is Clayton. Clayton Davis.
Welcome.
I don't have clerk, Memorial Park, assessors, recorders, wait, me. There's nobody here. I mean, we've already done the resolution. Any other comment from the public?
Remember, we got the special meeting on Monday, 11:30 for the cumulative bridge fund.
Thank you, Joel.
Yep.
I forgot about that. Yeah. 11:30, right? Yeah.
Do we have a recommendation from the council yet, Steve, or do we need to reach out and
I
ask?
haven't heard. I talked to Kenan today and he said there was conversation between some about where they wanted to be, but I didn't get an official
Okay,
how they felt. They thought what we were doing was okay and a good idea, but I didn't get an amount where they wanted, where they felt comfortable yet. At least they didn't.
I would
express
like
that
to have
me.
an amount before the meeting, but.
Well, the only thing I suggested was if we went with the max amount, which I know it's not a popular decision, but if you do that for at least 2 years, maybe 3, you've built enough money up to cover the replacement of at least one bridge, maybe 2. And at that point, since you have to lower the other levies, then you can always then lower that amount after that period of time to increase those back up to where they were and maybe give them a little bit of bump to make up for that shortfall for those years. That's my way of thinking. I don't know if that's accurate or if that's something that they'll want to entertain or not, but to me, it kind of made sense. Because this way we get past our hump with our bridges and then we're able to adjust. We'll still be getting more in there than what we have. I don't think we'll get far enough that we're going to be able to fix everything, but at least we have a fighting chance at that point. And then after that period of time, then you could adjust the other 2 back up, even if you lowered that one back to kind of balance them back out, if they're willing to entertain that. So,
Do you care if I ask Bobby a question really quickly?
Ms.
Bobby,
Plummer.
can I ask you a quick question? No, do you know who the liaison to the highway department is on the council? Okay. We're just talking about whether or not we'll get a recommendation from the council on the Cume Bridge. So I didn't know, like, if you and then the chair and vice chair might come and talk to us at the hearing, or if we're going to get, it's Monday.
Monday at 11:30.
I can't.
Okay.
I have, well, I guess I could, depends on if I want to go to the dermatologist or not.
I just hate to still not know what the council's thinking when we
Actually, I
have the
have a
meeting.
client meeting at
Okay.
11:30.
You could email us or we could ask, I don't know.
I mean, I could
I
probably
just-
Zoom, I could probably Zoom in, but I can't be there, no.
Yeah, that's
So
fine.
I have a client appointment at 11:30. So
Okay.
had I been given a heads up, I probably could have changed it before then, but not last. time.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, that would have been good.
So, but yeah, send me a Zoom. I'll Zoom
Okay.
in.
Or I'll just send an email to the council and ask for a response. We can do that as well. And definitely we can Zoom if,
Zoom in.
okay.
Okay.
Anything else from the public? Hearing none, motion to adjourn.
So moved.
We are adjourned, folks. Thank you very much.